Backpacking has been synonymous with Bangkok since the 1970s, when it marked the end of the famous hippie trail. Through the 80s and 90s, travellers from all over the world made their way here, and with the release of the movie The Beach in 2000, Thailand reached legendary status, and everyone seemed to be heading to the same place, Khao San Road. The first time I stepped foot on this street, 2007, backpack on my back, the backpacker scene was very much still alive. The guest houses were cheap and the internet cafes were packed full of backpackers on travel forums. Everyone was heading out somewhere wild or coming back from somewhere even more wild. You'd hear stories about crazy long bus rides in Laos, Cambodian border scams, and full moon parties that no one really knew any of the details of. The bars were playing a mix of indie and reggae music, and people were actually talking to each other, not just for content, that's just what you did. Everyone was heading north, south, east or west. No one really quite knew where they were going, but it was all part of the journey. The road itself was packed with signs, fake degrees, fake driver's license, even fake passports. It was a real feeling of the Wild West. For me, I think the change began around 2015, mainly due to the fact that Thailand was seeing short-term tourism. People weren't coming for 6 months. People were coming instead for 2 weeks. Also, the advent of social media tourism. People were coming for the content rather than the journey. And yes, I do recognise the irony of saying this on social media. Interesting to hear what you think about this one. So, Khaosan Road, once home of backpacking in Thailand, no longer. I'm just going to take a walk down the road now, guys, and show you exactly what I mean. Now, it's around about 10 o'clock, and this is prime time for backpackers checking out of hostels, going to the next destination. So we'll just see how many we can actually see on Khao San Road. So while I counted one backpack on the whole road, I don't know if you spotted any more, but yeah. Is backpacking dead in Bangkok? On Khao San? Yes, it is. But backpacking isn't really dead in Bangkok, it's just moved. I'm going to show you a couple of places now, guys, where if you are a backpacker or you're interested to see where the backpackers are staying, this is where they're at now. First up is Soi Rambutri, and this one is a place I'd recommend very much to you guys if you're wanting to stay in the area, but you're wanting a more kind of chilled out place to stay. So the first part of the road here, guys, it's not backpacker territory. It's more like boutique guest houses. So if you're interested in staying around here, there's some nice ones. It's Rambutri Village Hotel, very decent, stayed up there before. The backpacker end, it's more towards the end of the Soi. Rambutri itself, it's got really popular sort of over the last kind of 10 years. This is now probably known as the place to stay near Khao San. Back in the day, there was some guest house on here, but it wasn't as developed as it is now. This is an area, if you're finding Khao San a bit too intense, this is like nice. There's like lots of trees around here, small bars, small cafes. The prices aren't like super cheap. They're comparative to like Khao San. So what you want to do is you want to follow this first bend round here, just turn left and then keep on heading straight down here. There's absolutely tons of places to eat and drink on this street, but again, it's not like there's not so many hostels around here, and it's much more for kind of like kind of budget travel, but not really that many backpackers. There are a couple of like makeshift bars on this side here. This one here, they're just setting up now. And yeah, this has been open for years. And it's quite a nice place if you want to kind of try street food, but maybe you're a bit intimidated by going to some of the full-on street food venues. It's much more kind of tailored towards like backpackers and budget travelers. So it's a nice one to try out if you're a bit wary about street food. So here, when you get to this part, you take another left. This is where you're going to find the more budget accommodation. I'll put some places up on the screen for you that you can stay around here. There's about 3 or 4 hostels just on this bend around here. Already starting to notice a few more backpacks around the area. So at the end of Rambutri, there are a number of places there, but it's not really where the backpackers have gone. It's just one small alcove. I'm heading now to Soi Samsen, which is a road 5 minutes away from Khaosan, and this is the new district for backpackers. So I'm just on my way now, guys, to Soi Samsen 1. Just behind these buildings here, this is the river. So you won't just find like backpacker places, you'll also find a lot of boutique guest houses around here. And this again would be, to all people, I'd recommend coming and staying around this area because it's so peaceful and tranquil. There's not much traffic. We've got some nice restaurants just down by the river there. Scooter rental for you here. So first I'll show you Soi Samsen 1. This is a bit more quiet and there's not really that much on this one. On the other side you've got a few sois and that's where most of the hostels and places are.
So here you've got Bella Riverview and they have budget double rooms and budget twin rooms, and what you'll see when you come a little bit away from like Khaosan, you can often find a private room that's the same price as a dorm room. Here's another one, Villa Guest House.
So I've just come onto Soi Samsen Road, which is the main road now. Like this is directly up from Khaosan here, and most of the hostels and like backpacker places around here are just off these sois. So I'm just going to walk up to the next one, Soi 3 here now, and take a look down there. There are hostels on this road, but I wouldn't really recommend staying on here because it's quite a busy thoroughfare this. A lot of noise, and there's some construction just going on further up here with the new building of the MRT. So I'd avoid this main road. So I've just turned on to Soi Samsen 3 now, and you can see what I mean about how as a big truck comes past, you can see how quiet it is. So yeah, this one is, it's like going to be the furthest one away from Khaosan that I'm going to show you today.
Here we've got Sam Sen Place, and you'll notice the price is a little bit more. Again, not many hostels on this street that are offering dorm rooms, but the room quality is much better. Also, you've got Zen Room Samsen 3. Again, it's a bit more pricey, but the room itself looks much better. And the location's a bit more quiet.
So a couple of places over that side for you. I'm just on the other side now, going down Soi Samsen 4. There's quite a build-up of places here, like for backpackers. So we'll just check out this street. You know, as soon as you get on here, you've got one of these. Backpack essential. I'm going to cut down this one actually, because this is one of the bigger places down here. Haven't been in this one. Winds, 18 taps. Have to pay that one a visit. So I'm just coming to Back Home Backpackers. This is very popular, this place. It's got a nice big restaurant. I'll put some information up on the screen in terms of like prices.
So you've got a mixed dorm here for $379. Prices are probably a little bit higher for a dorm room than most places, but yeah, worth it for the quality of the hostel. Also, you've got Green Garden Hostel here. This is one of the cheaper ones, so you can get a mixed dorm here for 252 baht.
Good little chill out place this, Samsen Centre. What you'll see a lot around this area is there's a lot of like places, they'll double up. They've got like a restaurant area like here, and they'll double up as like this is called Panda Lodge. So all these will be rooms. This is probably the nicest soi around here, this is really cool. I'm planning a bar crawl video. So Friday's video will be bar crawl around Khaosan, guys. So I might put a few of these places on actually. It's looking pretty good. This island looks popular. Busy inside, quite a few different levels. Looks good. Yeah, if there's any places you particularly like that have been passed today, guys, just give me a shout. And it's easy for me just to check it out on another video I can make a video about this area. I'm planning also a food video about Khao San. So I'll put some of my recommended spots. That should be out next week, I think. So guys, is backpacking dead in Bangkok? I don't think so. I think it's just moved location. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend staying. Rambutri's a nice one to stay. Look for Soi Samsen. Khao San, if you're here just for the party, one night, okay. But I've stayed many times on Khao San and you literally won't sleep. Maybe you don't want to, it is Bangkok after all. Stay tuned for more Khao San related content. Friday night I'm going to do a bar crawl around the area, big bar crawl, and then there'll be a couple of videos next week. And I know the area is a bit of a love or loathe for people, but what I will try to do is I'll try to show you some places that you won't know and a bit off the radar. So there are good places around this area, but it's just finding them, and usually not on the road themselves, Khao San. Appreciate you watching, guys. If you're interested, please check out another video on the channel. There'll be some up at the end of the screen. So I did a brilliant walk on Friday with James from Lost in Bangkok. Definitely check that one out if you haven't watched that, guys. Have a great week. See you next time.